I don't know if this mic is going to break up or not, so I'm going to try to speak real close to it because I've got such a weak signal. I don't know if this is going to work or not. But a couple of things I wanted to clear up. Some of you on X that follow CAB, that's where I get my information about the Ascension, is from CAB. CAB is Palladian incarnated on this planet right now. And he happens to be, his mom and dad are like unbelievable. His mom, Zaya, or his dad is Akai. And when Jesus chose Akai to be his spirit guide. So when he heard a male voice in his head, it was Akai. And they're very close. And Jesus is an elder. There's only like 8 elders that I know of, one for each planet. And Jesus has the planet called Merope, Merope, and he goes by the name of Sananda. And he was created in 12D by the Elohim. His soul, like all of our souls, were made by Source, were made by God. And then the Elohim made our bodies. And then all of in my case, I'm a Palladian. I'm from Sterope, Sterope. It's one of the 8 planets in the Pleiades. So I am a star seed because I'm from a star, and a lot of people are. There's probably 500 million people on the planet that are star seeds. There's 200 million Palladians. So Jesus chose not to remember his past life. You can do that. He returned back to Pallades, and he wanted to be here for the shift. He wanted to see it. And I don't, he must have heard the rumor that he's the king here. But it doesn't matter. I mean, because we're all going to go to 5D. Jesus never said he was going to come back and be the king. He never said that. Those were, if that was in the Bible, it's wrong. There's a lot of things that are wrong in the Bible. Basically, the whole Old Testament is a bunch of satanic people pretending to be God, be jealous, and be all this shit. That's not our God. Our God is not jealous. Our God is loving. And always respects your free will. Now, the free will thing, Cab had said recently that he thinks the Ascension will be before 2030 because that's when all the 2030 agenda shit's going down. So he thinks it's going to happen before that. Now, then I saw some people that were looking for a time, give me a time, give me a time, give me a time. And then they started posting that the Galactic Federation, which he gets a lot of his information from the Galactic Federation, said that their drop dead date is going to be 2030. And that isn't what they said. Cap was just expressing an opinion. He doesn't know. Nobody knows. I don't think his father, who's the one that presses the button, knows when the Ascension is going to start. But his higher self or his intuition is tied in directly to God the Father. And when God or when Source says press the button, that's when he'll know. It's now. It's now. And everybody's ready. But we're being tested individually, and it's very intricate. And so when in doubt, just go with the motion of love. Go become like water with everybody. If somebody wants something, give it to them. Somebody wants some money, give it to them. Anybody wants anything from you, give it to them. Because you're being tested right now, and you just want to do, like, what would love do? What would love do? Just do the loving thing. So there was confusion on that. He also said that this is not a prison planet. We're not in prison here. And nobody is coming to save us. And I thought, well, it sure looks like you guys are because you're running this ascension. But I can see what he means because, if you were out in the forest and you happened to be walking by and you saw a quicksand pit and there's a guy in the middle of it, he going, "Help! Help!" I said, "Okay." So I grabbed the tree in one hand and grab him with the other, and I pull him out. He goes, "You saved my life." You could look at it that way, but I mean, you would have done the same thing. I mean, everybody is love. And he did ask for help, so you respected the free will. So that's kind of how they're helping us. We have been calling out to the Palladians. We didn't know it. We thought we were calling out to God, but we've been calling out to the Palladians our whole life. All the angels come from Pallades. It's just like the Pallades are leading, but so are the Arcturians are too, and so are the Syrians and the Orions. And they're very much instrumental in this. It takes a lot to put a Stargate beside each person. Each person's getting their own Stargate to jump through. I mean, my God. But they planted it for a billion years, or a million years. They know that this time is coming. They said it will happen in our lifetime. So we know this for sure. It will happen in our lifetime. Will it happen before 2030? Probably. We don't know. Nobody knows when. No one knows the hour of the day. That part of the scripture is true. No one knows the hour. Two people working in the field, one will be leaving. And but basically, if you're not evil, if you haven't chosen evil and you want to harm, I can get up and eat your Cheerios and I'm going to kill this guy today. If you're not evil, you're going to make it. Even if you tried to do good and it wasn't successful, it doesn't matter. You were trying to love. So you're going to make it. So most people will go. It's not a big deal. But even if they don't go, they will go eventually. And but it's going to get real bad in Earth after we leave, real bad. And then eventually all the Earthlings will die. And then when they come back, they'll be in stasis. And when they come back to 3D Earth, there won't be any bad guys. They're going to take care of them. I don't know. Maybe some will be amoebas or space dust. I don't know. Central sun. I don't even know. I don't even want to be involved with the judicial process with what happens to evil people. I don't want to be involved. It's very, most of that's probably been thought out by them many years. So, what we do know for sure is going to happen in our lifetime. We know we're going to get new bodies. We're going to get crystalline bodies. And they're going to be eternal. We can have them as long as we know that we're not going to go through a physical death. We know we're not going to ever age anymore. This is as old as I'm going to be, probably a couple years older, I don't know. And then I'm going to choose to be like 28 years old for a while. I can switch it later. But I'm going to be, we can be any age we want. That's not what we're going to look like. So I'm excited about it. And if you're not excited about it, you are delirious because this is the most exciting thing that has ever happened. Ever. This is the greatest apocalypse ever. This has never happened. Nobody's ever ascended to another Earth. This has never happened. So we are creating. So create, if you're creating some goals in 3D, switch it to 5D. Switch it to 5D. Make your goals in 5D. Create a new 5D Earth. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be good. So I just want to encourage everybody to hang in there.